It's funny. I keep forgetting that I can just talk and not have to type. Um, hey, Brandy. Hey, Melissa. I'm slowly turning my table so that I can actually see Chet better. Hi, Sonia. Sonia? Oh my gosh, I'm going to murder your name, honey. I'm sorry. Today I'm going to do this lovely, awesome picture by Molly Harrison. It came out of the. I've lost my book. Um, whimsical. I was so proud of myself. I thought I was so ready, and now I'm. My brain just went mush. Whimsical Wonders book that the lovely Ashley sent me as a present, and I just fell in love with this. And it's printed on Nina paper. And I was originally going to do this in pastels. And then sitting during Renee's stream, looking and looking, it's like, I'm going to do Prisma colors. So I'm going to get started, and I'm going to start with light peach, which is PC 927. And I'm really bad at holding. Thank you, Brandy. Hi, Tammy. During Emily's stream last night, and I'm really happy with how it's turning out. Um, this is my first time working on realistic fur, and I'm really happy with how the bear is turning out. Okay, obviously, it's not done, and but this is a Mariola picture, and I'm doing this for Tammy's August hashtag Amazon Warriors in August. So I told Tammy I was planning on doing 4. That's number 2. Hello, Della. Like I'm waving at the computer, like you can see me. Hi, Della. Okay. So, I'm a mess. Hey, did I miss somebody? Yvonne, hi. And Steve. Yes, Steve, streamer brain is real. Because I know Emily is an extremely intelligent young lady. And she gets on stream and she starts tripping over her words. And it's like, come on, Emily, you're so smart. And then I started streaming, and it's like, oh my god, I understand where Emily says words are hard. And I don't even know if you can see what I'm doing, because this is I want to start with a real light color. And it's funny, I've not used Prismas in ages. And Tammy and I were speaking last night, and it's like, my go-tos are the polychromos. I love the polychromos. And she was talking about how her first love is the Prismas, and I thought, I haven't pulled out my Prisma colors in so long. And it's like, as I said, I was going to do this in pan pastels. And then I started looking at these little bitty spots, and I thought, I'm not that good at pan pastels. So halfway through Renee's stream, I decided that I was going to change my medium. So luckily, I had my Prismas pulled out from last night. I got them out while Tammy and I were talking. So, Yeah, Tammy's another really smart lady. We've got a bunch of really smart women in this community. I am just so proud of this community, and Renee touched on it. Um, I love this community because there's no nastiness. I've been in other groups, and there's always that one or two people that just makes everybody miserable, and I do not find that in this community. I'm going to put it in a little darker, and this is Nectar. I love the names of Prismas. I don't, I keep forgetting how great the names are. I'm going to put a little nectar in around her face. Kind of to bring out those uh, dark colors. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do the image, and then the background will be in. I am going to use my pan pastels. I love doing backgrounds in pastels. Um, just to me, it makes the background look so nice. And yes, I'm a page turner. If you don't know that about me, I'm sorry. Um, I have to turn my page to get the pencil in the right position to actually do what I want to do. And now that I have done, hey Louise, how you doing? Um, Now I'm going to go back to the light peach, and kind of use it to blend in that nectar that I just put down, so there's not that harsh line. And I have to be honest, this is my first Molly Harrison book. I've seen her images. I just have never owned any of her images. And I don't ask me why. But and that, and then Ashley. I got a little. I'm a two pencil girl. I'll tell you. If I don't like how things are turning out, I'll grab the other pencil and shade in. Not happy with that. Now I got her to looking a little dark. That's what erasers are for. Um, yeah, much better. Doesn't make her look like she's got dirt on her face. So how is everybody doing this wonderful Saturday? It's Saturday for me. I know it's Sunday for my Australian friends. Um, Everybody having a good weekend. It's actually sun shining after a week of rain. It is sunny out, and I think that's it for the skin. Although I'm gonna take a little pink. It says pink, and then it says rose, which is PC 929. Gonna put a little blush in her cheeks. It was funny. I've got to remember to talk. Hey, Alex. Um, I'm gonna get my blender. And yes, I have paper sitting right next to me, so I can test. I have found that with, I don't know if I'm the only one, but whenever I use um, Prismas, I don't put as many layers down. Um, as I do on whenever I'm using other colored pencils. And I was talking to Ashley about this. I am going to try and do different colored hair. I'm trying to step out of my comfort zone. Um, I am a very realistic colorist. I love realism, and realism is great, but sometimes you kind of have to step out. So I am going to try to do blue hair on her because um, that's what color kind of speaks to me. And I have indigo blue, like to call. I have my Dell. I don't know why I'm not using it, but I'm starting with my darkest color, but I'm trying to get every once in a while to step out of my realistic comfort zone and do something fantasy off the wall. Because I really, I don't want to be stuck in a rut. And it's so easy if you find something you're good at, um, and you're comfortable coloring, to get stuck in that rut. And I never want to get stuck in a rut. Um, there's so many different aspects and different things you can do with colored pencils, art supplies. It's good to every once in a while spread your wings and fly. Uh, Try something different. Hey, Corey, Joyce. Corey is another enabler, I'll tell you. And I figured she'd show up because I said the magic word, Prisma colors. Hi, Emily. And I'm sorry if I'm not missing somebody that's come in. Uh, but I see colorists doing all kinds of really cool things, and I think, oh, that looks really cool. And then I get a page and I start coloring, and I go back to my realism. And I'm like, Lily, step out, do something different. So I'm taking the opportunity. And since she's a fairy, and I thought about doing pink hair, but I kind of want her dress to be pink. So Or I might go with a nice light green. I don't know yet. But I I don't know if anyone else the page talks to me and says, okay, this is what I want. This is what I'm telling you should do. And since this is a small image, I don't know. Okay, and I'm changing over to Copenhagen blue. Ooh, I said that. PC 906. It's sad. It's been so long since I've used my Prismas, I have forgotten the colors. Corey, don't shoot me. Please don't shoot me now. I like your motto, Yvonne. I really do. I just have to remember to play a little bit more, be a little bit more free spirited. Corey, tall men have their uses. They can get things off the top shelf, things that you can't reach. I'm liking how she's turned out with the blue hair. I was a little afraid. And I'm just doing the nice little flicks. You'd think I'd be over flicks working on that bear fur. But hair just needs to be flicked. I am actually one of the tallest females in my entire family. I get my height from my grandfather. My one grandfather was 6'6", but all the girls in the family are 5'5" or shorter, except for me. I'm the tallest. And yes, I got called the Jolly Green Giant a lot as a child by my cousins. Both of my sisters are incredibly short, at least as far as I'm concerned. My eldest sister is 5'4", and my other sister is 5'1". So, so I inherited all the height. And if you suddenly see a puppy nose, that's because Riggs is currently sitting in the doorway wondering why I'm talking to nobody. Okay, Renee, make him something good. Um, do you notice that most streams we talk about coloring and then we get into food? Emily's especially always deteriorates into food talk. I'm gonna put that away. And now my blue. I am going to go with True Blue, the lighter sections. And if I seem like I'm sharpening a lot, it's because I'm trying to keep the point. And Prismas are not known for keeping great points. But I figured this area is small enough that I should be able to not waste too much pencil by sharpening it away. I'm going to come back with my indigo. Yes, I agree, Emily. Food is awesome. I'm not going to tell you that while Renee was streaming, I was munching down on popcorn, so my stomach would not be growling during my stream. This is my indigo again, and I'm just kind of darkening up some of the darker spots. So I said, this picture is going to go relatively quick until I get to the background, because the image is actually very small. It's less than a third of the page, but I wanted to do something that I knew that I could get done in a stream. And I keep going quiet. I need to take lessons from Emily on how to keep chat. Brandy, Riggs has more personality than I do. Honest to goodness, he is personality with a capital P. I've had offers from the people that I take him to daycare. So I'm going to take a drink real fast. I've had offers that if I ever want to get rid of him, there's like 3 or 4 of them that would take him in a heartbeat. And it's like, why would I want to get rid of such a good dog? He's smart. He's funny. He sleeps with me and keeps me warm. All the important things. He has actually started barking at people coming up to the house unless they have food. He never barks at somebody delivering food. If I have pizza delivery, he never barks at the pizza delivery people. He will try to get in their car to go for a ride. But if somebody walks up to my house, he's not down to that. Corey, I thought I was bad whenever I put about 15% uh, cream creamer in my coffee. It depends on the coffee. I can drink coffee black, but I have a maple pecan coffee that I usually drink black because I don't want to destroy the flavor. I never drank my coffee black until I worked for my former boss. I was lucky if I could get a cup of coffee poured before he wanted something. So creamer was out of the question. Um, so I learned to drink coffee black if I wanted coffee at all. But now that I have a great boss, I'm back to drinking creamer in my coffee. And Emily turned me on to almond milk in my coffee. I actually found a place that actually sells the unsweet almond creamer. I just need to get uh, over to where their store is. Hey, Terry Lynn, how you doing? I just realized with me streaming, people are going to learn how I think of them whenever I say their name. Um, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Um, Going back in with indigo to kind of separate out some of those strands, giving the hair a little more depth. And I printed this image at low density or light because whenever I originally printed it, it printed so incredibly dark. And it's like, it didn't look that dark in the book, but whenever I printed it, it was dark, and it's like, okay. So I changed my density on my laser and printed it at a lighter density so I could get a lighter, so you could actually see what I was coloring. Well, Vaughn, if you're in Germany, you're what, 12 hours ahead? I'm in mid US. So it's what, about 2 a.m. for you, Yvonne? Or am I totally and completely off on my time zones? Whimsical Wonders, Corey. Um, Ashley from Ashley Colors sent this to me. This was a gift to me. And this is my first ever Molly book. Uh, So, as I said, I've seen her images around. I've never owned any. And obviously, it's an oversight on my part that I had never owned. Yeah, I'm liking how that hair turned out. A little bit darker behind her ear. What do you think, guys? Okay. So, her dress to me looks like it should be green. Like it's um a leaf. So I'm going to start with dark green, PC 908. I keep checking to make sure I'm still in frame. Um, I've got a actual camera, video camera, and I'm going to see about mounting the video camera and getting that set up. So I can actually zoom in. Right now I'm using a webcam, and I don't have the capability of zooming in unless I move the camera down. And then I'm going to hit the camera with my hand. Not sure if that's dress. It's not owl wing. Uh, Della, I'm really not sure. It was one I got off. It actually has a little light on it, if I can, that doesn't really, that makes reflection. Um, yeah, I gotta turn it off. Oop, change color. Come on. There. And I'm still getting reflection from the of the light. Um, I've had this webcam for several years. Um, I was using it for work meetings and that whenever um, I would work from home and that and then obviously whenever we went from a work at home status, I used it. But whenever I brought my work computer home, my work computer has a webcam that my boss bought, so I'm now using that. And I thought, well, I will never use this webcam because uh, and then now I'm using it to stream. But whenever I was doing videos for my painting, I bought a really nice camera. This is grass green, PC 909. Thank you, Sonia. I'm hoping I'm saying your name right. I'm horrible at names. And normally I would use my Crin Dash blender to blend, but I don't know where I put it. Um, I stuck it somewhere because I was afraid it was going to fall off of my table. So I thought, oh, I'll put it here, and I can't remember where I put it. I'll find it, but couldn't find it before stream. So I've got my this is a Tombow water-based uh, blender. So not my favorite to use. I like the pencil blenders better, but it does the trick. I'm going back with the dark green and darkening up some of those areas that have lightened a little more than what I want them to lighten while I was putting the grass green on. Yvonne, I know that feeling. Hi, Sarah. Something funny, Sarah. I work with two different Sarahs without the H on their name. It's they don't put they both of their names don't have the H at the end, and I am so used to saying, and their last names both begin with R. So I call them by their middle name. I don't know your middle name, so I have to remind myself that I can't call you either Lynn or Mike because you're not a Sarah that I know in real life or know personally. I shouldn't say real life. But Renee, you did really good in July on the No by July. And if you'll notice, I'm kind of I want the material to look streaky and not smooth. That's why I'm kind of flicking. And I don't know. I'll look this up. If you can tell that I'm giving that streaky look to it, and that because I'm envisioning this dress as kind of like a gossamer material where it kind of is flowy and overlapping. And please, if I just said that the wrong word for that type of material, let me know. Um, so I'm going to stop and read. Sarah Jane. Okay. So, Sarah, if I ever end up calling you Sarah Jane, you'll understand where I'm coming from. And as I said, I've got Sarah Lynn and Sarah Mike. And I know Sarah Mike is a strange name for a Sarah. She's my cousin, and her grandfather, my uncle, um, wanted all everybody was having boys. So whenever she was born, he said, no, she's going to have a boy's name. So my cousin, Sarah's mom, had told her dad that he could name the baby's middle name. He had choice. So he chose Mike as her middle name. So she's got a boy's middle name because my uncle, God love him, wanted a little boy so bad that he he named her Sarah Mike. So hence she's Sarah Mike. And I can't blame my uncle because he was my favorite uncle. Yes. Okay. I'm looking at how it's turning out on screen, and it's like, yes. Does it say something that my Prisma pencil case doesn't have any tension on the pencils? They just kind of stay in there. Okay, the owl. Now, I'm not sure exactly how I want to do the owl, so I'm going to go and do the wood next because I'm just not sure. Isn't it? I should have this planned out. And I'm going to do the light on the wood first. And then I'll put in my color, or my darker colors. And this is light umber. And I know I'm kind of streaky on it. It will get better. Thank you, Della. I keep thinking to myself, am I saying anything interesting? Um, I think I'm going to do the owl as I'm thinking ahead in grays with maybe a tannish base or a light base. My baby. I just got nudged by a cat. So, and my cats are not like Emily's cats. They don't want to be picked up. They want to put a paw on my lap. They do not want to be picked up. I didn't even know she had a book of 100 images, Sarah. Um, I was warned not to go on Amazon and look what she's got, or else I'll be spending lots of money on her her stuff. Um, and I'm trying to freeze my spending so I can afford this, save some money. Angie, you made it. Hi, sweetheart. Did I miss you coming in? Yes, I got all excited. Hi. Okay. Forgive me 1 second. Do you see what I'm putting up with? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. You want to be on stream now? You're on stream. Okay? Okay. Go back to the image. They are not here to see a puppy dog. No. You're not here to see a puppy dog. Go lay down, sweetheart. Yeah, I said Angie's name real kind of loud, and he had to come over to investigate why I was so excited. So Angie, Riggs was coming over just to see you. Just so you know, he come over to investigate because he was excited that you were in my stream too. Thank you, Corey. I love the combination of the blue and green. I purple and green, blue and green, those lighter, cool colors, as Emily would say, just seem to just calm me. And which is funny because I don't wear green, but a lot of my images, the people have green on. Maybe it's telling me something. I should buy some more green clothes. I would bring him to Australia, but I don't think creating him for a 20-hour flight would work well for him. Plus, I'm not sure how well Casper and Riggs would get along. Because Casper's kind of the king of the castle. But he loves kitties, I'll tell you. Galahad, my black cat, loves on Riggs every morning. They start their day with a love fest. So turn it so I can get this little movie. How am I doing on time? I don't want to run over because I don't want to infringe on Tammy's time. Um, I know that she is one busy lady. I'll tell you, between play rehearsals and the girls, Tammy has got a busy life. Riggs likes other dogs too. He just gets really boisterous and rambunctious and excited. I have a gnat flying around, which is annoying. I think this color outside the lines. Okay. Go. Okay, and I'm going to go with a dark umber. I was using light umber. I'm going to go with a dark umber. Oh, Renee, that sounds good. You did not see that? You did not see me break that tip. Emily's here, so I'm channeling Emily and breaking my tips. So Louise, I understand that. Riggs, I just did something I yell at everybody for doing. I just swiped with my hand. Commence yelling. I can't yell at people anymore for doing that. But on birds, I like watching them, but I've never found a bird that actually likes me. It's not that I don't like birds, but most birds don't like me. So I have a friend who has a macaw, and she absolutely hates me. She tries to bite me every single time I get near her. She'd take off my finger if she had the chance. Although if I sing really badly, she'll dance. So, but I have to be across the room and away from her. She just doesn't like me. Which is odd for me because animals usually really like me. Just birds don't. Have nothing against them. But other than they don't like me. I had parakeets whenever I was younger because I begged my mom to get a couple parakeets. They hated me, absolutely hated me. Loved my brother, adored my brother, would sing to my brother, sit on his shoulder. My brother would walk around the house with them sitting on his shoulder. Hated me. Both of them. They were supposed to be my pet. Hated me. So birds are not my forte. I'll just have to survive that fact that birds are not my thing. I'll stick with my cats, dogs. Who knows what kind of wild exotic pet I'll come back from Australia with. Maybe even a Tammy. Or Angie. Angie, do you think you'll fit in my suitcase, sweetheart? Better yet, or better yet, do you think your husband will let you fit in my suitcase? I think her Tammy's girls would object to me trying to take her home with me. Maybe I'll take Georgia home. I could tell. I could tell. We could tell Georgia's school that she's going on a educational trip to the U.S. I could introduce her to all the wicked United States ways. Well, Georgia won't fit. Well, no, I was going to say I'll take Winchester, but I think Emily and you and Georgia would tackle me to the ground if I tried to sneak Winchester into my carry-on bag. Yeah, Angie, that's why I was exchange student. I don't have a student to exchange for her, but um, teach her all the wicked, unruly American ways. And then Tammy would no longer be my friend since I corrupted her daughter. And that would work. But yeah, if Georgia ever wants to come to the U.S., she's more than welcome, Tammy. I'm actually really liking how the tree's turning out. Sonia, it's okay. The one thing I wish I had done, I wish I would have listened to my parents and learned German as a child. It was not lack of trying on my parents' part to get me to learn German, but it was pure, unadulterated stubbornness on mine. And now, as an adult, I wish I knew German so I could interpret some of the documents I have from my great grandparents. Corey, I meant to ask you, have you ever used heat when using your Prismas? Like a heating pad or a reptile tank heater? And do you think that would make the Prismas smoosh better or become too flowy? I just got a reptile um, heater and a metal plate to try Karen Valentine's gel uh, technique on drafting paper, and I keep thinking, man, I wonder if it would work on Prisma since they're a wax-based pencil. So they're smooshy enough for you, Corey. Okay. Okay. On to the owl. Okay, I'm going to start. Actually, I'm going to start with gray or. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with cool gray. warm gray is a little more browny than what I want. I'm going to start with cool gray 90%. And just do some of the tips of the wings in the cool gray. Sorry, Yvonne, I can understand you perfectly. I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm getting quiet because I'm concentrating on the little bitty areas. Hey, Alex, how you doing? Have you been here all the time and I just missed you? I'm still working on getting my reading chat and coloring timing down. I need to go down to Texas and take lessons from Emily because Emily's probably the best at chat while streaming of anybody. Plus, it would give me an excuse to sit around and color with Emily. Ah, my Prisma broke. No, that's not good. As I dump stuff all over the table. Off stream. Nope, not quite off stream. The sound you just heard was my trash can banging against the bottom of my table. I can't believe that. My Prisma broke. Now, that's the first time I've had a Prisma break on me in quite a while. There. Better. The only prisms that normally break on me is the white because my white that I use for blending gets kind of tossed around and treated badly. Abused. It's a stepchild Prisma, you know. I'm the evil stepmom to my white Prisma. I know, Corey. Just yell at me that I treat my white Prisma badly. There you go. Now I'm going to change it up to cool gray 40%. Come on, get off there. Go over that darker gray, bring it up. Still haven't decided what I'm going to do for her wings. I'm just not sure. Double checking, make sure my hand's not in the way. I haven't decided that I need to color where you guys can't see what I'm doing. And it's funny, until I saw Emily use the white Prisma to blend, never thought of it. Never thought to use the white Prisma. I used the blender pencil. And now I can't live without my white Prisma. Life would be just horrible without it. Okay. I'm going to use my 40% cool gray as my dark color in his main body. In his belly. And then take the %90 gray and kind of go along those wings. Darken it up to get some definition there. Now, okay, there it is. I am going to take cool gray 30%. I just realized something. Didn't use any of the 50% on the head. Been too big of a jump between 90 and 30. What, did the hurricane make landfall? Oh, you're talking earthquake. Okay. I've only been in one mild earthquake, and I'll be honest, I slept through most of it. So, one thing I have not experienced is a really bad earthquake. I have been through several tornadoes because, hello, I live at the top of Tornado Valley, uh, Alley. Um, although this year we didn't get a tornado, which is an odd thing. Okay, go back in with my 90% gray. Do some definitions there on those wings, on her hair. There you go. And put my grays aside. And flip, flip, flip. I'm going to pull out my eggshell. Actually, yeah, eggshell's better. Yes, I'm having to sharpen because I put them away unsharp. Does anyone sharpen their pencils before they put them away? I used to, and then I stopped that, and I'm thinking I should get back to the habit of sharpening my pencils before I put them away. That way I don't have to pick them up. I can just pick them up to color versus having to sharpen it before I pick them up or put them to paper. On the earliest people I followed who taught me about or tried to teach me about coloring told me that you always should sharpen your pencils before you put them away, and I always thought, okay, but I'm gonna go with ginger root. Kind of shade around his face. Hey, Meeker. And then cool gray. 20%. Maybe and put some of my colors away. No, Emily, I do not have a pencil cup with me. I found Emily and Belinda through a streaming weekend. There are a whole group of people, and I was just jumping stream to stream, and I was lucky enough to discover them, and there has been no turning back. I try not to miss either one of their streams, and then I found Renee. And Renee introduced me to Corey. So, and then Corey introduced me to Ryan, who is making me want to buy all kinds of stuff I don't need. So I blame that on Corey. I've never seen Lindsay the Fugal Crafter. I may have to check that out. Of course, then again, I'm already in enough trouble with Ryan. And the man has 2 channels, so it's double enabling. Now, he's got a cute little heart. So I'm going to take magenta. A nice sharp point. Empty my pencil sharpener. By the way, on the beak, I use pumpkin and golden root. On the beacon, and I am not as good as Miss Emily, where I can shade in those tiny little spots. Emily gets shading in the tiniest little spots. I'll tell you, she's amazing. And the little dots on him, I'm going to just use white gel. White gel pen. Now I have to do her gloves. And I'll be honest, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with her gloves. I think I'm going to grab Canary Yellow. And do a light base with the Canary Yellow. I'm going to turn the page, I'm sorry. I think Canary Yellow is my favorite yellow out of the Prisma colors. I love this color. And then flipping to my greens, I'm going to grab Spring Green. And then once again, I'm going to grab my grass green. Get nice sharp. I've got to go back up and find out what Renee is talking about. Are you using the heating pad? Oh, that's cool, Renee. I bought one for myself. It's not as big as the one I got you. I have yet to take it out of the package. I may play tomorrow with the heating pad. And I'm just adding a little bit of the grass green to the edges of these gloves. Trying not to go over the spring green that I just put in, but all the way. Just darkening up along the edge. Her fingers are so tiny. Emily, I need your ability to color in tiny spaces and make it look easy. Karen is the new enabler in the group. The heating pad thing. Now, opinions on what I should do with the wings. Should I make them a light green? Maybe a turquoise? Yeah. That would be between the blue and the green. Yes, I'm turning the page again. Ashley! Hey, sweetheart! Don't worry. Emily had been off air, had stopped streaming for over an hour, and I got a notification that she was going live. So, and it's like, heard this ding, and it's like, what the heck? I don't have anything scheduled where I was, on notification for this late at night. And it was telling me Emily was going live. It's like, well, I've done watched her live stream. Hey, Ashley, I did blue hair. Aren't you proud of me? I did blue hair. By the way, I am using cobalt turquoise. Hey, at least Prisma color has colors I can actually pronounce the names on. There's something to say about having colors you can actually pronounce the names on. Let's go outside the lines. Yes, Ashley, I loved the book. I ripped it apart. I did a bit. You saw the video of me ripping the book apart. I scanned it, and then I printed. And I actually printed the entire book. So I have all the images printed. So but I need to finish my Amazon, my bear image. And then I need to do Corey's buddy color. And then I can finish coloring the rest of the 24 images that were in this book. And yeah, I like it, by the way, Ashley. Yes, this is Nina paper. The only thing I have to say, the only thing I would change about this book is the crate space paper that it comes on, but that's easily solved by tearing it apart. And it was actually super easy to tear apart. I had my heat gun in the standby position if I needed it, but I did not. It just came apart like butter, and this is like light aqua, and the other one, the second color I used was Aquamarine. I hope you guys are all enjoying watching me color this image. I'm actually really enjoying myself. Um, Considering how terrified I was of streaming, I'm actually finding the experience very enjoyable. I've yet to get up to the nerve to do an image that's going to take me more than one stream to finish. But of course, I shouldn't say that because I've yet to do the background on this, and I have only 45 minutes left to stream, or 15 minutes left to stream before I have to get out of here so Tammy can stream so she can begin her day of performance and painting and all that good stuff that she's involved in. Sorry. Let's go for a spin. That was like a circus ride, guys. So I get crazy. I get carried away sometimes, and I forget that I'm actually on camera, and I don't. That people may get seasick from me spinning my picture like it's one of those whirly gigs at the circus. And I'm gonna take my Prisma white. Kind of smoosh. That's the advantage of Prismas, is you can really smoosh. And this Nina paper doesn't have much tooth, so I'm not overly it's already a smooth paper, so going over with the Prisma doesn't fill in the tooth. It just mutes the colors and smushes them together. And yes, smoosh is one of my new favorite words. I'm finding that the smushability of pencils is important. Okay. So she is actually done. Now the hard part, which is the background. I realized I did not do anything to her little lips. Thank you, Sarah, for joining me. I appreciate it. Just going to put a little red where her mouth is. There. Poor little girl did not have a mouth. Oh, so terrible. Okay. Hi, Riggs. How you doing, sweetheart? Hi. Hi. You come visit? You come visit? Now, the fun part. I'm going to pull out my pen pastels. And yes, I had them all because I was originally going to do this picture in pan pastels. And then I decided against it because of the spaces were too small. Yes, it is Karen's fault, Renee. If she hadn't showed us the wonders of a heating pad, we would not all be in trouble now. And I'm going to pull out. Does anybody else have pan pastels that are like basically destroyed? I don't know. In the shipping process, what happened, but there's a lot of my pan pastels that are just basically dust, which is kind of disconcerting. I'm going to do the background in blues. I know I was like super disappointed whenever I opened it up, and there's like 3 of them that are like that, and it's like the rest of them are fine. It's just like the grays just disintegrated, or they should whenever I got them. And then, yes, I know I shouldn't have bought them off of but see, all my grays are just powder. I mean, the color's still there, the pigment's still there. It's just they're not as nice to work with. Okay, I have my sponge, and I'm going to start with a dark blue. And I'm just tapping it in the darker spot. And I'm not going to worry about the little stars. I will go over the little stars because I'll still be able to see them. And right now I'm just trying to get some color down. Kind of a color blocking. Turning my sponge over, getting a lighter blue. Some of the lighter areas. And I will be the first to admit that I'm not super great with pan pastels. Riggs, you're going to have to wait, sweetheart. Riggs has now decided he wants to go outside. But I only have 10 minutes left, and then I will be late for Tammy's stream because I got to take the doggy outside. I know that looks really bad, guys. Wipe off my sponge. And start blending in. I didn't want an overwhelming background because, let's face it, everything else in this image is kind of light and delicate. And I wanted that splishy sky look. I'm going to turn. And where's my greens? And this is, I haven't even looked at the colors. I apologize. This is bright yellow green tint. Side of my sponge. Kind of work that in with the blue to lighten it up around her blue hair. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. See, Ashley, this is what I mean by I'm always afraid that my backgrounds are going to screw up my picture. Ashley, yes. Should I send you some pan pastels, my darling? I thought you had some. Anyway, you guys get the general direction of what I'm going for. As far as the night sky is concerned. And I've got about 2 minutes before I have to leave, so that Tammy can come on. So I'm going to stop here. I will finish this up as I'm almost done. Uh, I'm gonna I'll put a little gel pen, do my moon in white, and call the image done. I want to thank you very much for joining me, everybody. I very much appreciate your support, the fact that you guys are showing up. I will post this picture on my Instagram, on my Facebook page, my personal Facebook page, in Corey's group, and in Emily's group, and I will let you see it whenever it's totally done. Thank you all for coming, and make sure you join Tammy's stream. Let me hold on. Hold on. Tammy. Where are you, Tam? Tammy's stream is there, and yes, I need to get moderators. So join Tammy's stream. She will be streaming here shortly. And thank you all for joining me. And I will catch you in Tammy's stream. Bye, guys.